up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I came across this clip of a woman telling men to stay away from women who disrespect you. So I'm gonna play the audio of what she had to say, and I'll put a link to her actual video in the description. So if you want to go see the clip, I put it in the description so you can check it out. But listen to what she had to say, and I want to get your thoughts on this one. Here we go.
Stop staying in relationships with women who do not respect you. Let me tell you why. When you are in a relationship with a woman who does not respect you, your potential and the things in your life that you really want to do go from here to here. The power of a woman's words has the power to make you or break you. So if you're in a relationship with a woman who does not speak life into you, who is not there to support you, who is not there to provide an atmosphere for you to think clearly, which means, again, keeping the house clean, keeping the house neat, keeping things organized around the home. If she does not provide that for you, she is limiting you. Think about it. You thrive as a man, you thrive at your highest when a woman is in her femininity.
Listen, what do you guys think about what she had to say? Listen, no lies detected. You know, I think it's really important, and I think men get it for the most part, but I think for those who may not, I think this is a good message, because I think a lot of men deal with disrespect. Let's just be honest. A lot of men have dealt with disrespect. Most men will tell you that they've either been in a relationship with a woman where they dealt with the woman talking to them crazy, disrespecting them, calling them out their name, just all around disrespectful, not a feminine bone in her body. And I think this is important to put out there. So for young men coming up, if they don't have any guidance or they don't have anybody to tell them this, they need to understand how important this is, that you need to definitely stay away from toxic women who will not help you to elevate and grow, women who will stand in your way of that, women who low-key don't like you, which causes them to disrespect you and treat you horribly, because they deep down don't really like you. They don't really care about anything that you're doing. They don't care about your efforts or anything. They're just there to sabotage your every move. And there are lots of men who can relate to that, because I've heard them say it. They've been in relationships with women who talk down to them and treated them like they were their child. That is disrespectful on so many levels, and I don't think any person should have to deal with that type of disrespect. And as much as women like to talk about being disrespected by men, there are a lot of women who disrespect men on a daily basis. And these men are putting up with this because they're trying to keep the peace. They want the relationship. You know, they want to be with the person. A lot of times these men may be called simps or called crazy for staying with women who treat them this way. But I understand that a lot of these men are in the relationship because they chose to be in it. They care about the person. They want to be there. And it's a little bit more difficult than just leaving in most cases. So a lot of men put up with this type of treatment. They deal with these types of women until they get to a point to where they're just fed up, and then they actually walk away. But it's not always easy for them to jump up and leave when they care. So I will give you that. But this is why I think it's most important to not build a relationship with a woman who have these types of characteristics. These women who disrespect you and talk down to you and treat you horribly, you have to nip that in the bud. You cannot allow that type of behavior. And you have to let these women know that you will not tolerate it. It's not something that you're going to deal with. It's off the table. There's no excuses. And you have to put your foot down and let them know. And if they continue to act this way and treat you this, then walk away. Don't stay in a relationship with a person for years and years and years who are treating you this way, because it's not going to help you to become your best self. If anything, it's going to hold you back and hinder you, like she said. It's going to make you feel a way about yourself. A lot of these men start to resent women in general. When they go through these types of things in a relationship with a woman who's this way, it makes it bad for other potential relationships, because now these men have a guard up. Now they're on edge, and they're not accepting or taking anything. It turns them into a different type of dude. So now a lot of these dudes, don't trust women. They anything you say, they checking it right away, and it could turn them into a more rigid person that may not be the best for a woman who is not toxic. And I think this is why we have to start being aware of these types of women, just like women have to be on guard for certain types of men. I'm not saying that those men don't exist, but women have to be knowledgeable and aware of these types of men as well. It goes both ways. But it's always said that men are toxic and men are the problem. So it's on autopilot when it comes to men, but it's not on autopilot when it comes to women who behave this way. And it's almost, in a sense, it's almost perceived as if, or put out there as if women don't do these types of things, as if women aren't aggressive and not controlling and they're not abusive and they're not this. And we know that that is not true. There are lots of women who behave this way, who are not happy with themselves. There are a lot of women who are insecure, who just don't really like themselves, got a lot of toxic traits, a lot of issues from child, and they have never been resolved, and they take this out on men. But because nobody cares about what men think and what men go through, it just goes under the radar, and these women can continue to behave this way and nobody bats an eye. But the minute the man respond to the trauma or the abuse, then he's the problem, and that's a problem within itself. So this is why I think that it's so necessary and so important to call out this behavior amongst women, because women are not looked at in the way that men are looked at when it comes to these psychological issues and this toxic behavior that both men and women possess. But women are put on this pedestal as if they're innocent and they don't have these issues, while men are being condemned for trying to cope and deal with these very issues that both parties have. Make that make sense. So yes, it is extremely important for men to pay attention to these types of women. If you come across a woman that is toxic and she behaves in a way that's unacceptable for you, let her know exactly how you feel. Stress that you are not that type of dude and you not on that type of time. I don't care how pretty she is, how much you like her. You have to make her know what you stand for, because if you don't, then anything goes. If you don't stand on business, and if you don't let these women know that, hey, you're not going to tolerate the BS, then they're going to just operate the way they've normally been operating, and they're just going to do it without any conscience, and you're going to sit there and take it, and they're going to continue to dish it. So either you let this person know where you stand, and either she make a change or you walk away. Simple as that. Because once you allow this behavior to continue and years to pass by and you are staying in a relationship, then you've made it clear to her that this is okay behavior and that you're going to take it and she's going to continue to do it. There's no awakening or eye-opening moment where she says, you know what, I really did him dirty and I really been talking to him crazy. I'm going to stop this and I'm going to change because he's a good person and I love him. No, ain't no eye-opening moment. She's going to be reckless as you allow her. A person can only do to you what you allow them to do. And if you don't ever stand up for yourself, then that's the type of behavior and treatment you're going to get until the end. And when you realize how bad it is when you decide to walk away. When you decide to walk away, oh my God, all hell breaks loose then. Because now she realizes she don't have a punching bag. She don't have somebody that will take her bullshit. This is why women say, if you can't handle me, right, he don't have to handle you. And that's the part that they don't like, because now you don't have a punching bag. Now you don't know if you're going to find another man who's going to let you just walk all over him and do whatever you want. No, now you're going to have to listen to somebody, because you're not going to be the disciplinarian over a grown man, a man who has his stuff together and has some discipline, not just discipline, but has some standards. It's not going to allow you to do that. You're going to have to listen, swallow your pride and swallow your tongue and shut the hell up, or you're just gonna be by yourself. And see, that's where women are now. They want to be by themselves, because you don't want to deal with a man who has standards, because he's not going to let you do anything you want to do. See, and you can call it controlling or whatever, but he knows his value and he has standards, and he will not let you cross the line. You don't have to deal with a woman like this. This is not the way you want to go, because in the end, she's going to really show you her true colors even more. And if you married to a woman like this and you decide to walk away and get a divorce, oh my God, she's going to try to take you for every single thing that you own, because she don't give a damn. So listen, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.